Hi, my name's Sonjia and this is my channel, See It Then, See It Now. Today's craft doesn't need much introduction. I've done a mini makeover on a little lantern which is going to be part of a wreath that I am creating for the Georgian dragon. I've already done some bells for this. If you haven't seen that video then do go check that out, and this lantern's going to match in really well. That said, this lantern looks amazing on its own. It doesn't need to be part of a bigger project. It's also really easy to achieve. So let's take a look. This lantern was very easy to take apart, which meant that painting it was very easy too. There were 4 small screws holding the base on, and once I had those out, the glass panels were really easy just to slide out. I wanted this to match with the bells that I'd already created, but I also needed it to better fit with the colours I was using in the whole wreath. I gave it 2 coats of chalk paint, French chic chalk paint in the colour Blackjack, and I painted the inside too. I didn't paint the bottom though. I thought it may look messy around the battery compartment and where the switch was. Sometimes when I set off on a project, I know exactly what I want it to look like. I have a really clear picture in my mind and I know how I'm going to get there, and it's just so straightforward. Sometimes I make the whole thing up as I go along and I see where I end up, and sometimes, like with this one, I kind of know what I want, and so in this case, in that I know that I want the colours to match. But past that, I'm definitely going to be making this up as I go along. I just couldn't visualise what it would look like once it was painted. So I had to wait till I got there to decide what to do next. Once the paint was dry, I highlighted areas using the copper gilding wax, again in the same way as I did with the bells. A little goes a long way with this, so I put a tiny little bit on my finger and gently rubbed over the surface. I just highlighted areas, made sure there was still plenty of black showing through. To get up inside the lantern I had to use a paintbrush, though I couldn't reach in far enough with my fingers, so I just used a paintbrush to get up inside there with the copper. So now I was getting to the part where I needed to start making this up. I loved how the outside of this was looking now, but I didn't like how the candle looked. I felt like it looked really plastic. I know that it is plastic, but now it seemed to stand out more against the new colour. So after a short dilemma on what to do with it, I decided to decoupage it with this pretty pine cone napkin. I thought the pine cones matched well with the lantern's new colours. I separated the plies and used water to mark where I needed to tear the napkin. I tore it until I had a piece the size to wrap all the way around the candle in one piece. I didn't want there to be lots of joins in the napkin, just in case they show when the candle was lit. I used Mod Podge, and starting in the centre of the napkin, I glued it to the candle using a sponge to gently dab down the napkin and remove any bubbles and creases. I continued with this all the way around until the candle was covered. Once the glue was dry, I sanded the top edge of the candle to remove the excess napkin and create a clean, straight edge. I then sealed the napkin with a coat of Mod Podge. Okay, so now I wasn't happy with how it looked where the napkin met the lantern base. I just didn't feel like it was a perfect seam, so I decided to add a bit of greenery and some berries. And waste not, want not, this was left over from the top of the bell. If you haven't seen that video, feel free to go check that out. It was quite a transformation. I secured the greenery using hot glue and Gorilla Glue and then trimmed the greenery down so that it wouldn't be pressed up against the glass once the lantern got put back together. These berries are the red ones, but they just have a little bit of copper gilding wax over the top. Once I was happy with the way that this looked, all that was left to do was to put the whole thing back together. So let's have a reminder and see it then. And let's see it now. How fab does this look? Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that like button. If you want to see what the finished wreath looks like, then that video is coming soon. I have been doing some live streaming and my most recent one was some rustic baubles. There was a set of 3 rustic baubles. You may have seen snippets of that, but if not, then that will also be coming out as a video soon too. I have got some more live streams planned and lots more Christmas crafts coming, so if you don't want to miss out on them, then make sure that you are subscribed. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I will be putting notifications out on Facebook for when I'm going live. All that said, then thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get on with the next Christmas craft for you guys and I will see you soon. Bye!